Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 87, and I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I am Allena, aka Sternitz. Today is October 15th.
So,
this is our weekly podcast.
Sorry.
So if this is your first time watching, thank you for watching. If you are a returning watcher, thanks for coming back. We're glad we can scare y'all.
So, grab your knitting or spinning or whatever you're doing and craft along with us.
I'm like tangled in yarn right now.
Should we jump into Mojo? Do you have any?
Finished? No.
Yes.
That's a silly question.
Well, you never know. It's the middle of the month, so it's starting to be crunch time. I finished one thing. Oops. Let me unpack. I think I showed you this red one last week.
Yeah.
Black handles. Well, I made another one.
Cool.
A silver one. Or gray, rather.
What are you using for that?
What?
What yarn are you using?
Any worsted weight. I've used just the dishcloth cotton before. These ones are out of the Karen Simply Soft acrylic.
Do they stretch just as much?
Yeah.
Cool. I have a lot of that left over, so anytime you type up that pattern for me.
I have it up. I'll share you the doc. Well,
Okay,
like,
good.
I need to, like, make it prettier for other people, though.
Well, share it with me so that I can get started on some sort of class project.
I just have to write out how to do the handles. That's the only thing I don't have written. But there's a couple different options. Like on this red one, I did two I-cords and just attached them. And with this one, I picked up 5 stitches on each side and like cast out a bunch and went back and forth so the garter is like long lengthwise instead of like short little rows, because I hate doing short rows of things. So yeah, so that's it. It'll be handed in for Defense Against the Dark Arts because it's gray like a zombie's skin. And that's that. Moving on. Works in progress. I can go again, I guess.
Okay.
I have not worked on my order mission anymore, but you guys saw that last week. I have been working on my newt. And I am like so close, like maybe an inch. Maybe I'm almost even caught up to where I was when I ripped it out a couple weeks ago. So it's like 13 or so inches.
Looks really good.
So getting there.
And order missions are due. Is that your order mission or your newt?
No, this is my newt.
Okay, never mind.
But what-
75% newt is due at the end of the month.
When are order missions due? Not till November?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that. I'll look on.
I say I think we have the dates on there somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then I have Gabe's socks that I'm working on, and that they've just been like my traveling project, which I thought they were going to be my cardio knitting socks, but they're not because I've just been keeping them on my purse. Actually, the gray bag that I did, like, was pretty much all done while cardio knitting. I think I did maybe like 4 to 5 inches at the most, not cardio knitting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was easy and, you know, not super bulky. So it was easy to do on the bike. Here are the socks.
I like those.
I did not make them match because that's how I roll. They're Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Dockside. They're sport weight. I also, and we'll have a link to this in the show notes, I have seen a bunch of people doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel So I was like, what is this? Because I saw it like hashtagged on Instagram. And so I searched it on Ravelry, and it was only $1. And it's supposed to give you like the perfect short row heel, and it's supposed to like have no holes, and you can make it fit anyone's foot, and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna test that out. What you do, they tell you you like trace a foot as you go, and or like before you do it, and you like knit to certain lines. Well, I had already gotten like so far, so I didn't really do that part of like the. It's not really a pattern, but the formula or whatever. I'm just going to try out the heel and see how those short rows are. And see how I like it. I figured for $1, why not try a different heel, right? Right.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And that's all I've got going on for knitting or crochet.
Okay.
Up to you.
For me, I am currently winding balls of yarn for my newt, because this is what I have left of my mini skeins.
Okay.
That's not very many, and some of them I've used already, so they were like bigger skeins that I had left over. Like I have bigger skeins too over there, but the mini ones that I want to use for the mini things. So I'm winding. I have a few more mini skeins that were in my vases on my table that I was just kind of saving, because I had went through before and separated the 4 ounce and the 4 grams and the 5 grams and the 3 grams, because 3 grams is too small to knit a square.
Okay.
4 grams should be just enough, and then 5 grams is enough with a little bit left over. So these are all the 4 grams that I'm winding up now, and I am finding I have just enough to finish. So
that's good though. At least you can use those for it.
Right. So I'm doing my sock yarn blanket, but I will have you know. Look at that. There are no sock yarn ends.
Beautiful.
Well, except for the ones that I knit yesterday.
Okay.
But it's not like a crazy tangled spaghetti mess.
Yeah,
like,
you can totally tell. It looks nice and neat and tidy.
Yeah. So I spent the day, because I'm like, I'm going to spend the day tomorrow sewing in ends, because if I keep putting it off, the end of the month, I am going to be yelling and screaming about this.
Yeah.
So I just spent the day yesterday, and I sewed in all the ends, and then I did some math, and I realized I need to knit 6 squares a day to get back on track over the next 5 days. So I did 4.5 yesterday. I just knit 2. I finished that one, and I knit 2 more. So that I started on the first. So I have 6 for yesterday, and I have 1 for today. So, but then I need to wind these into balls, because they're easier to knit from a ball than from a skein.
Right.
So, but that's what I'm working on. I'm also working on my order mission, which I took cardio knitting today. I'm on the yoke still of the sweater, and it's going pretty good. I'm doing buttons the whole way down, because that's how I roll. I like buttons. So I'm not sure if you can see that. And I'm doing a 1-row buttonhole, and they just wanted a yarn over. Like you knit 2 and then you pass on the next row. I'm doing a 1-row buttonhole because I think it looks finished. I don't have to go back and finish it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm doing pretty good on that, I think. I'm getting to the point where I'll be separating for the sleeves, I think, shortly. And it's going pretty nice. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but that is a twisted rib.
Yep.
So
I like twisted rib a lot.
Yeah, it looks really good. And even though this is worsted weight and the pattern calls for a chunky yarn, I haven't had to do too many modifications. Like, instead of doing the 6 here that they did, I'm doing 8 for my button band. So that's the only main difference. I mean, of course, there's more stitches.
Right.
So,
Well, that's
but yeah, it's working out good, I think. But that's all I'm working on knit and crochet wise. I should cast on something for a swap, but I'm like waffling. I'm not sure what to do for them. So yeah.
okay.
I don't know what my problem is.
It's all right. You're getting the big things done. That's important.
Yeah.
Did you do a class yet?
No.
Okay.
I did turn in 2 detentions.
Okay. Well,
Which
I'll share that bag with you. Those go pretty quick.
Okay, that'll be my first class, or second and third. So that brings us right into spin. You spin me right round.
Yes.
So I can talk about that. I finished the yarn I had been working on, where I had laced the flyer, and I actually only spun half of it up because I turned it in for partial credit last month.
Yeah.
So I just finished it, and I Navajo plied it and got a 3-ply, and I think it'll self-stripe.
Yeah.
And I think it's really nice. Like, this is the first time I've spun Falkland, and it's really soft, and I think it'll be a really nice sock yarn. It's a little thick for stock yarn. It might be sport weight. I didn't do my wraps per inch. Are you surprised?
Yes, actually, normally do.
I don't
I'm the
know.
one
Can
that
you
does
see
it.
that up close? It turned out really nice.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty.
this one has already taken a bath, and it's like so soft. Like, I wasn't sure if it was going to be soft at all.
What's the fiber?
Falkland wool.
Oh, okay.
This is part of my club from last year. And I would do a wraps per inch right now, but I don't know where my wraps per inch. Oh, I do know where it is. It's on my spinning wheel, which is over there. But after I finished this, I immediately started spinning the second half. So I do have a class started because I'm going to turn it in for a class, I think.
Yeah, might as well.
But yeah, it turned out really nice. And it was like, you know how most hanks of roving you get, they'll have like the colors, but because I just split it in half and then spun it like that, I think it's gonna self-stripe. And so I split it in half lengthwise, so I would have 2 balls of yarn the same.
Right.
So then socks would be, if I knit socks from it, would be similar.
Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, but I thought 144 yards out of 2 ounces was pretty good for a Navajo pie.
Yeah. Tis.
So yeah, that's all I have. How about you for spinning?
All right. Currently, I made some Rolags
Oh, those are pretty.
for oops, one fell. To spin up for a swap partner, to make her some yarn. So that I just started like 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
But I think I'm gonna 2-ply it and hope for like chunky to bulky weight. And I'm just long drawing onto my sidekick. Then I finished this.
That's so bright.
I know, the Quick Quotes Quill from Supernatural Yarns. I won it in as a prize from Slytherin last term, I believe. And I did it long draw, but I also laced the bobbin or the flyer. So it's pretty thin, and it is 330 yards of a 2-ply. So I'm using it as a Quidditch for Seeker, because they go by singles like they do for classes, so it's over 500 yards. But it's really pretty. It's merino and silk, or superwash merino and silk. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I was almost thinking like a fun lacy, like a leaf type, not shawl, but maybe shawlette, or even like I don't know, something to like brighten up an outfit in the middle of icky winter or something. I don't know. But that
That's
doesn't
good.
necessarily look good by my face, so I don't know. We'll see. But I like it. It's fun.
If you like matched it with like a purple or a pink, like a darker, deeper color, like not like a light one or a hot pink, but like a deep royal purple, I bet that would look really good, like
That's true.
in a color affection shawl.
True.
You know, and it wouldn't be right by your face either.
True.
If that.
I also I showed this fiber last week. This is for another swap.
That's really.
I wonder if I can look that a little better. It's I think it's merino silk or superwash merino silk. No, superwash merino, bamboo, and nylon. So it's like sock yarn. And I did I laced the bobbin and I did it pretty thin, and then I Navajo plied it, and I stripped it the skein or the hank of yarn. I can't even talk. I split the braid of fiber 4 times lengthwise, or I did it in half, and I did each half and half. So there was 4 balls, and hopefully this will stripe, or I know it will, because it's Navajo plied. But yeah, it's very soft and silky, and I got 465 yards out of that. And like, I'm kind of sad to see this one go away.
That's really pretty.
It is. But I have some more fiber like in this mix, so I can always, not the same colors, but I can spin some more for me. So.
Now, did you make that into Rolex before you spun it, or you just spun it?
No, I just spun it. I use my Nastia pine to make, like, because normally I'll split fiber, and then I'll just, wind it around my hand and make like a center pull ball to spin from, just because it's tidy. But I used the Nastia pine, and like, it made such nicer balls to spin from, because like, when you do it by your hand, you put twist into the roving every time you like turn it around.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a pain, so it was kind of fun. But it's more pink and purple than it shows up on the camera. I haven't gotten my like real camera out. I just took pictures with my phone for like Instagram. I mean, there's dark blue in it too, but like, it's more pinky and purpley to me than I think it's. Well, I guess that looks a little more.
Yeah. Some of the purple looks like a gray purple.
Yeah, it's like light, and then the bamboo in there, I think, shines it up, but then also dulls. It's not as vibrant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But it's pretty, and I like it.
So
and that's it for my spinning. What?
How do you spin so much? Because, like, I have no time.
I don't know. I like pretty much spun it every night, like since I started it last week Tuesday, and I just finished it. Is that last night or the night before?
Because I'm feeling very, very not good at anything because I have like no project to turn in. So
doing your newt is lots of tiny little stitches. Don't forget that.
I know. If I ever talk about doing this again, shoot me. Seriously. In the face or something, because I'm just an idiot. It's like, on size 2 needles. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like millions and millions of socks is what I'm knitting. Okay.
That's basically what it is.
Well, I have been working on 2 other classes because I have been sewing. And, like, as I finish things, I've been taking pictures of them and then taking pictures of the corners because I got approval for that, for flying.
Yeah.
So I've been taking pictures of the corners. And I uploaded some to my Flickr. I guess I could turn that in and then sew the rest for the other class.
Yes. My goal is to turn in Quidditch, because I have both projects for Seeker done now, and to turn in the 2 bags and the spinning. So I have like 3 classes to turn in, and I want to turn them in before the last day of the month because I'm sick of doing that. So if by next podcast, next week, I do not have things turned in, you guys can all yell at me.
Okay, you heard it here.
Just saying.
So, next up we have gym. So, our cardio knitting challenge is still going, and yes, you can still join. You can find more information in our Ravelry group.
Yes.
I cardio knitted today. We dropped the girls off at the learning center and took the dog and went for a walk. Now, I am giving a big high five, you're totally awesome, to anyone who walks and knits at the same time, because I cannot do that. It was so hard. But I'm not a good walker normally. I trip over myself anyways. So walking and knitting, it was funny.
That's funny.
It was. So Lamb Chop and Josie's Bug, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And I think Pumpkin 97, she too walks and knits. That's just amazing. It's one of those things I'm gonna have to work at it and get better at it.
I've done it just walking a little bit around, I don't know, places, but not actually gone for a walk and knit. So I don't know how I would do.
Well, luckily I was using worsted weight. I don't think I could have done it with soft yarn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that because I have been doing the bike and my butt hurts. So I wanted to give my butt a little break, so I went for a walk.
Yeah.
That's funny. But anyways, yeah. So I have 2 more times because my goal is 3 times this week.
I have the same. I knit today. I finished that gray bag on the bike, and I have 2 more to do this week. So
Cool.
It's been good being part of this. I curse it and I'm glad at the same time because I feel accountable. But I mean, I've actually done it for this is going on the 3rd week, so it's a good thing.
So this is the conversation I had with myself this morning. It's Tuesday. You need to work out 3 times this week. There's 4 more days left in the week because Saturdays are out because I get up and go to work. I'm so you need to get up and do it. And this is a conversation I had last night. You should just work out because I had my workout stuff on, but I didn't end up doing it last night because I was sewing it in. But anyways, so then I got up this morning. I'm okay, you need to work out. And then I was but you do kind of see the craziness that happens if someone doesn't reach their goal. And I'm but you're hosting this is the conversation I'm having with myself. But you're hosting the contest. You can't not reach your goals. And your goals are small enough that you should be able to reach them, you lazy bum. So then I was okay, I'll go.
That's funny.
So, yeah. I'm a little crazy. And in the morning, talking to myself. I'm surprised I had a complete conversation.
Well, no, I thought to myself, too, I'm oh, I need to work out. I'm I don't want to. But I can probably finish that bag and listen to my iPod. So, I did. But, it's good.
It is. Okay, now we're on to randomness.
Yay.
So, they're working on the sewer lines in front of our house. It's in front of our house today. So as they're doing it, they dug up the front yard, which they're not supposed to do because the sewer lines are under the road. Actually, the ones in front of our house are now under where the sidewalk is.
Okay.
And we have an invisible dog fence that goes along our perimeter. And it's on this side of the sidewalk, which is our property. The city makes it very clear that is our property because we have to pay to hook into this new sewer line because our property, they're not allowed to dig on our yard. I mean, this is why I'm kind of annoyed. So they make a huge deal about they're not touching our yard because it's our property, blah, blah, blah. Basically, you have to pay us to hook into the sewer, which is fine.
Yeah.
They dug up the front sidewalk. They dug a good 2 feet into our yard, dug up the invisible fence line, ripped it out, and just threw it away. Like, one of those pictures that I have that I took today is a guy holding this black thing. Like, you see him down at the end of our driveway. I took those pictures because I'm like, they're going to try and screw us and not replace that invisible dog fence. So I took a picture of him, and he has it in his hand. And it's on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, so they can't, dispute it. But, yeah, so they're doing that. I mean, it's not like I mind too much because, it is just...
Yeah, it's
I'm glad we don't have, a super manicured front yard or anything.
Yeah.
But, they had the sewer line, the new sewer pipes, which is basically, this big PVC pipe, greenish blue, all over our front yard. I'm like, good thing we didn't have, a
landscaping and flowers and all that.
Because they had it thrown all over it. They dug into it, seriously. But they're supposed to be replacing the sidewalks, so that'll be nice because the sidewalks were really bad around here. And I was always every tax time when we pay our property taxes and city taxes, because we have property tax and city tax and county tax. I don't know, but there's taxes for everything.
Right.
So when we pay that, I'm always like, I wouldn't mind paying this much if we had sidewalks we could actually walk on, because they were so bad you couldn't even. Yeah. And so they're replacing all those, so that'll be nice. But I guess they wrote down, I had Andy go out there and talk to them about the dog fence, because that's something that we paid for, and they're going to have to replace it, so.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So, that's the big story of today. But we were, watching through the window, and finally we just gave up and went and sat on the front porch and watched
I thought that was funny.
Well, the girls were like, can we watch them? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm sure they're used to it. And then, while we were out there, our neighbor, who's, really old, and I think he was in the mob, was out there watching them, too. It was kind of funny.
That's awesome. I had the kids... I forget what they were doing in our street once. I think just fixing a couple sidewalks, that the trees had, made it buckle. But, it was lunchtime and it was in the summer. And the kids were watching, so I called them in. And then they took their plates with their sandwiches out and sat, on the curb, just, sitting there watching them. I'm like, really, guys? Okay. But they were really cool. It was, kind of cool. But then they had, they would dig up everything with this, backhoe. They would take the backhoe, thing and just slam it down on the sidewalk to break it, and then lift it up and put it into a dump truck. Then they would bring this, other thing and dump grass into it. I don't know the technical term. It wasn't, I don't know. And they would dump the gravel in, and then they would spread it out. Then they would put the new pipe on there, and then they would put more gravel on it. And then they would put, they would bring these, big shovels of dirt and dump them. And then this other guy with this, thing, tractor thing, come, and it had this, flat thing, and it would, hammer down the dirt. Yeah.
But the one time he was doing it, and he was, this on the road, and, on the dirt, and I was like, he's gonna fall. But he didn't. He, backed up. But it was crazy. It was funny.
That's cool.
I mean, that's, the fun of... That's, all that's happened here. But, yeah. Oh, no, I read this... I have one more thing, and then you can talk.
Okay.
I read this book. Did you know Kurt from Glee writes book? Kurt, whose real name is Chris Colfer?
No. I didn't know he wrote.
He wrote a book, and it's called Land of Stories. And I listened to it. It's so good. I really enjoyed it. And he has a second book that I have to read next.
Huh.
The first one was Land of Stories. The second one, Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns. But it's like fairy tales revamped, kind of. Like really cute, really cool.
I'll have to check it out.
And if you get the audiobook, he reads it to you.
So is it like made for kids or young adults?
Yeah,
or...
like I'm actually thinking of putting it on the Bella's iPod so she can listen to it.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It's really cute.
Cool.
Like the kids in the story are like maybe 12. I don't remember how old they are. But it was a really cute story. Like I listened to it yesterday. Like I was like, oh, I'll see. I like Glee. I'll see if he's any good. But it was really good.
Very cool.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of, I don't know, have you ever seen that Hallmark made-for-TV movie, The 10th Kingdom?
No.
It kind of reminded me of that, sort of, like, they go to what happens after the stories, or what's the real story.
Okay.
Type of thing. Kind of like that. It was really good.
Cool.
So yeah, but that's all that's been going on here. Sewers and books.
I haven't had much going on. I caught up on TV shows like I did last time. I watched some of the new ones that were on TV, like Once Upon a Time in Wonderland.
Ooh, is that good?
It is. I watched it actually online because I missed it, or I tried taping it. But, like, we had other conflicting recordings, and we can only record 2 things at a time. And you have to be watching one of the things if you have the TV on. It's really stupid. Anyways, I hate our cable. But whatever. Most things are online. Then I also watched, The Tomorrow People, which is on the CW. It's also, you could view it online. It's a new show. And the pilot episode was this kid is finding out that he's like teleporting in his sleep and waking up in weird places, and like he's on all these drugs and medication and has gone to like doctors and stuff, and they can't figure out what's wrong with him. Well, there's like this other species of human that can teleport and are telepathic, and they have telekinesis where they can move things, like the 3 T's they call them. It was interesting. I don't know if it's going to be something like I'm way into, but I figured, hey, it looked interesting. I'm going to watch it. So I did. I watched the originals. Did you watch that?
No, because...
Oh, you're not up to that point.
I'm still on Vampire Diaries, the last season.
Okay, the first episode, ties into one of the episodes, like, in Vampire Diaries. Like, way much. So, I felt like I was watching that episode all over again, but just with a little more detail on the original side.
That's cool.
But it was good. There's 2 episodes of that up so far. Maybe 3. I maybe missed one. I don't know. And then The Walking Dead came out.
Yeah, we're catching up on The Walking Dead, too. Like, because we have Netflix, so
yeah.
And AMC does not show their stuff online, which is kind of annoying. So
I can keep it all. You're going to be here in November, right?
Yeah. Well, we finally got past the ones we watched with you last time.
Well, get caught up so you can watch this season when you're here.
Well, no, like, we're further than that, too. Like, but the whole time, I'm like, Andrea, you're so dumb. Like, I'm yelling at the TV because I can't stand her so much.
Yeah.
She's so dumb. And then I'm, like, mad because, like, everyone is just letting Rick, the crazy man, make decisions. I'm like, really?
He's the leader.
He's crazy. Even his son tells him he's crazy. I mean...
Carl gets a little crazy. Carl, like, needs a little bit of discipline, I think.
Well,
that's
yeah,
story.
That too. And, like, every time he's holding the baby, I'm like, don't let that crazy man hold the baby. Because he's so crazy. I just, like, don't want him to touch the baby. Because, I mean, I know it's his kid and all, but he's kind of psycho. Who knows what he's going to do to it?
It's good. I won't say much, but, like, the first season, they're just, like, catching up on stuff. Or the first episode, I mean, of this new season.
But that's good.
Yeah.
And then, like, because I'm at the part if you haven't seen the third season of The Walking Dead, fast forward. So I'm at the part where Merle, because Merle's back, and I cannot stand him. He's such a jerk. And I'm like, poor Daryl. I love Daryl. He's so nice. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's craziness. But yeah.
It's good
It's
stuff.
good.
And I was never like a zombie fan or anything. Like, I remember Joe first watching the show, like, whatever he started, and I was like, ugh, like, I can't get into that because it's all guts and blah, blah,
Yeah, I
blah.
know there is some really gross parts.
But I love it. Like, it's a good show. It really is. If you can get past the ickiness of it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too, because, it started out and it wasn't that bad, and then, like, the second season, you could tell they had money, because then there was all, like, special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And then I was so like happy and excited. I was gonna go and visit with Helga, Callie Q.
Yes.
She was going to Chicago, or she did go to Chicago for work. And we had planned I was gonna go up there on Sunday, and it was gonna be great. We're gonna spend the day just walking around and having fun because it's only like 2.5 hours away from me. And I was gonna drive by myself, which is a big thing because I hate driving to big cities anyways, and by myself. But I was going to do it. But then Chloe was sick all like Friday night to like Saturday midday, like puking.
That sucks.
Like every half hour. I like did not sleep the night before.
How come she
So I
ate something?
I don't. She just gets it. I don't know. It was something. I think it was more than that because she just kept. Anyways, I don't have to get into that. But it was bad. So I texted Helga and I was like, I don't know, if it's gonna work out, but I'll let you know. Because we had to be in church for like 2s and 3s class to help, and Joe was gonna do that, but I was like, if someone has to be home with Chloe, I mean, like, she's not gonna be better in a day. Even if she is, I'm not gonna take her to church.
Right.
So then I was like, well, maybe I can go after, leave at like noon, which would put me there around 2:30 or so, and that's what I was planning on doing. Well, then Helga found out that the Chicago Marathon was on Sunday, and like the whole downtown was shut down anyways, like for traffic, and I wouldn't have been able to get to her. So I was like, well, I guess it's not meant to be. So I know. I was so excited to go and visit.
And I was like kind of jealous and mad that I wasn't getting to go
I know, right?
at the same time, but I was like sad that you couldn't go,
Yeah. So I was bumming, but I want to make it happen. Or I want to go to California and visit her. That would be fun.
Yeah.
For like a weekend or something. Anyways. That's pretty much it in my books. I don't think I've done much else. Sick kid. I've been driving my friend Katie around because she just had a surgery. So I've been helping out with her family and stuff. And that's it.
I have something else to talk about.
Okay.
So sometimes when you're on like different websites, you get advertisements. Well, I saw one. It said sign up for a free issue of Love of Knitting, and I was like, okay. So I signed it up. I got it today, and I was like, it's not gonna hurt anything. I'll try it out and see if I like it. I looked through it, and there's maybe like one pattern, so I'm not gonna subscribe to the magazine.
Yeah.
But it was a free trial, so
That's cool. A lot of those magazines, though, like, are not good at all. They have, like, lame patterns.
I really liked.
Oh, that is cute.
It's really cute. I think it's just because I'm, like, into, short sleeves or something. I don't know. But, like, look at the back detail. I think I really like it because of that. Can you see it's, like, pulled in here?
Not really. It might be my screen. I don't know how.
It's hard to see here. Let's see.
Oh, there we go. I'd see that now. That is cute.
Yeah. So, like, that's really cute. I would probably make it a long sleeve, though. But, like, that is, like, one that I might make. The other ones, I'm not sure. Like, you know, and it has, like, different patterns in here. It's like a cable issue. There's a lot of cable patterns in here. I just kind of flipped through it. There's some stuff in here that I would definitely not even think about making. So, yeah. But, you know, it was interesting. I think it's definitely for an older crowd.
Okay.
But I figured it was free. I could try it out. You know, what's to lose? Oh, this pattern I liked too. Okay, so there's two. So it's like a cabled hat with two tones.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
It looks really cool. Here's another view.
Very cool.
My thing is kind of glaring. So I thought that was cute.
I wonder if that would be annoying to do.
That's what I was wondering. You're basically just knitting with two yarns, like stranded knitting. And then you're cabling. You're probably cabling both of them. So yeah. But, you know, I also signed up for the Love of Crochet one too. So I'll let you know if I'm going to subscribe to that. But, I mean, I'm at the point where I don't really subscribe to many magazines. Like, we've talked about this before because a lot of times it's hit and miss.
Yeah. I'm not going to waste my money or time looking through it. And with Ravelry, like, you can find so many patterns, like, for free or to pay for. But, like...
Independent designers. They have just, some great stuff out
you know,
there.
So, magazines aren't that high up. Though I do love Ply.
Yes. Ply is, like, my favorite. I also like the spin-off, like...
See, that one I didn't resubscribe to. I did a couple times, but...
I don't subscribe to it for the patterns, because there's only like 2 or 3 in each one, and most of the patterns in those are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Not dumb, but they're not ones that I would like.
Yeah.
But I mainly subscribe to those for the articles.
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, that's what they say about, what, the Playboy magazine? It's from the articles. So, it's kind of funny. But, yeah, so.
Oh,
anyways.
Poop.
You know, it was free. Can't knock it free.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hurt.
So. Alright, well, we are just jabbering. So, thanks for watching. We hope you come back next week. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.